If you already like what you see here, make sure to watch the whole video. If you want to see similar content in the future, you know what to do. For both realistic and stylized outdoor environments, details are often a crucial part of the design. For this video, I'll focus on elements like rocks, cliffs, dirt, and ground in general. This will be very useful when doing close-up shots. It really doesn't matter where the story takes place, Earth, Mars, bottom of the ocean, as long as it's not an empty space. In the future, I might make a video on vegetation and other elements that can juice up the scene. So, let's first design a landscape in Terrain Mixer, shader-based version. Later we'll jump into a geometry nodes version. Even if it can be done super fast, it won't hurt to invest a few seconds more. We can always get back to it if we're unhappy with the result. There, this looks kinda okay. We're ready to move forward. It looks nice already, but we're here for the details, and as you can see, at the moment we don't have any. If we're only after some slight surface noise, the Great Salt Lake comes to my mind, then this plain terrain asset can help us, especially if you use the shader blend to make our hero object more believable. It should be good enough for this sort of composition. We can also add a second plane to the scene to make it look a tiny bit better. This one uses the same material, but has a lot more geometry, and we'll use it for some nice displacement. A bit of blending, and we're still not happy. Let's move on. The great thing about today's technology is that you can literally bring real objects into a virtual world. Alright, we can discuss this statement, but if I say magic words like 3D scans and photogrammetry, you will right away know what I'm talking about. Luckily, some of the goodness comes inside the Terrain Mixer package. Just drag and drop it into the scene. You don't have to blend it with the ground, but I just can't help myself. If you're smarter than me, you would do at least a simple sketch before even starting 3D. I guess it's never too late. Okay, this already looks a lot better. All the details in the world won't save your shot if the composition is bad. Not sure about mine, but I know for a fact that I can do a lot worse than this. At this point, we can test environmental light and add some clouds. Remember when I said that at some point I'll jump inside the geometry nodes version of the Terrain Mixer? Well, now is the time. Let me first bake the height map because I want to continue working with this terrain design. There. I really like the freedom and speed I have inside the shader-based Terrain Mixer. The rendered preview of the cycle shaders motivates me to push things further, and with so many options available, that's exactly what I'm able to do. However, once inside the GN version, I can use the baked height map and maybe even add some additional flavor to it. The GN version allows me to duplicate, move, scale, and rotate terrain objects. This is very powerful, especially when we need foreground details. Check this. I can duplicate the terrain object and make some adjustments to it. Since it's not close to the camera, I can let go of some of the geometry and move it further away. I will now make another copy, then I can scale it down and bring it a lot closer to the camera, which will make the scene a lot lighter. I can repeat the process a few times. Also important to mention, unlike the shader-based version, the GN version uses real geometry displacement. This allows me to use our next asset in a very specific way. It is the newest gem available inside the package. Ta-da! Presenting Ground Geo. With it, you can add intricate details like dry dirt, mud, ice, or even snow. It will take a minute or two to get used to it. This asset works with the shader-based version of Terrain Mixer as well, or inside any other scene for that matter, but this time I want to place it directly on the displaced terrain surface, like so. Here we have a bunch of sliders and other functions to play with. You can also add your own materials. As its name suggests, this asset is geometry-based. The more features you enable, the heavier the scene will be. Material you use can play a significant role here. Good textures, bump maps, and normals can save your ass. I hope we're on the same page here. As with the terrain object earlier, you can duplicate this one as well and move it a bit further from the camera. Disable some of the features that are not needed. Trust me, your Blender scene will be forever grateful. We're close to finishing this bad boy. Now listen, no need to render everything at once. My machine can probably handle it, but why would I let it suffer? Now let's combine all the renders. Mix it all together and there you have it. Bye.